Alright, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Today's video, I'm going to be going over the weekly market outlook for the week of February 3rd till February 7th. And to get right, or I guess to start off with the charts here, I do want to take a look at the economic calendar before anything. So this upcoming week, we have NFP on Friday and Thursday. We have ISM services at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Joe's job openings on Tuesday, and we have ISM manufacturing PMI numbers on Monday. To be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea what those, I guess, news release even does, fundamentally wise, but technicality wise, I do know that it brings in volatility into the markets. So you can anticipate some sort of higher volatility coming into this week because we have a red phone in news every single day here. But yeah, one thing to keep in note is NFP isn't exactly the week that you want to be trading, especially it being the start of the, I guess the yearly candle. But I mean, if opportunities present itself, I'm most definitely going to take it. It's just to beware that, like I said, or not I said, because ICT states that NFP weeks tends to be a little bit highly manipulative, and if you think of it as power of three wise, every single time a candle opens, right? And because NFP is on the first, I guess the first week of the monthly candle, and what do we do generally when we create a candle? We have the opening stage, right? We have the open, and then we have a manipulation stage. So let's imagine that this next monthly candle is going to be a up close candle. If we open up for a month, or how we open up for a monthly candle, an up close monthly candle is we're going to have the open. The second stage is going to be manipulation, which is why NFP tends to be manipulative. I think that's where the nature comes from, is that because it's the initial first stage of a creation of a monthly candle, it's just, I guess, manipulative is the term that ICT uses. But yeah, it's not to say that there is not going to be any opportunities that will present itself. It's just keep that in mind. But yeah, going into the actual chart here, based on this weekly candle here that we created here last week, I don't necessarily have a bias because notice how the weekly candle closed, right? It's it's rather bullish, but the thing is that we don't have displacement on the daily time frame, or like the 4 hour time frame, 6 hour time frame, to support the idea that prices wants to continue higher. There's no fair value gaps to support prices, right? So within this entire leg up here on NQ, we don't have a single daily fair value gap, or I guess a bullish fair value gap that supports the idea for us to take out previous week's high. And and keep in mind the daily time frame as well. So the weekly time frame, I would lean towards for higher prices, but like I said, keep in mind we don't have much displacement. And take a look at this daily candle. This daily candle here on NQ is suggesting to me that we're most likely going to take out the daily candle's low. So this is a down close candle, right, on the daily time frame. And pay attention to where its low is, right? So I'm gonna actually denote its low as a green line. Its closing price I would denote as a purple line, and its high I'm gonna do orange. So the way that I view prices, all I ask myself is, hey, is the closing price here, which is the purple line, closer to the blue, or I guess, is the purple line closer to the green line or the orange line? Objectively speaking here, like objectively speaking, the purple line is closer to the green line. There is like, I guess you cannot make any case where the purple line is closer to the orange line, based on this daily candle, right? So what I have in mind here for the next daily candle, or I guess for Monday, is that I want to see prices take out previous day low, which is my objective on the daily time frame. If previous day low is my objective, then that means on the daily time frame I'm bearish. But what am I anticipating on the weekly time frame? Bullish slash neutral stance, right? So they're not exactly aligned with each other. If we were aligned, right, then the weekly time frame would be bullish, and the daily time frame would be bullish as well. But in this case, it's not. So my weekly objective on NQ is I'm actually just going to sit on my hands here. Actually, coming into this week, I'm not going to rely on the weekly candle for a higher time frame objective. But because prices is fractal and time is fractal, I can actually disregard the weekly time frame as my higher time frame, and I can use the daily candles and the intraday candles for my higher time frame objective. So coming into this week, I would elect for, or I guess I would elect to use the daily candles and the intraday candles as my higher time frame bias, higher time frame order flow. And I apologize that I'm starting this video a little bit late. Today was, I guess we're celebrating Lunar New Year's, so I haven't had the chance to actually be in front of the charts and go over it with you guys. But yeah. So yeah, actually I'm gonna go. Yeah, I guess I'll show you guys what happened here on Sunday. Whenever we opened up on Sunday here, we actually gap down significantly lower here. This is something that I was not anticipating. I was anticipating for us to take out previous day low, coming into Monday's price action, or maybe possibly Sunday's like I guess open, but I didn't anticipate this gap down here. And let's see how much we gapped down. We gapped basically 300 points, right, at Sunday's opening price, which is kind of insane. Like I said, something that I did not anticipate at all. So coming into this week, I'm really going to have to pivot here. Like I said, I cannot use the weekly time frame here because the previous weekly candle doesn't give me much of a clear idea, so I cannot use it. And like with this gap down, it's just even more unfamiliar territory, right? I'm basically in uncharted territories here. And going into ES, we actually have the same idea here. So weekly candle here on ES, it's a down close candle, but it's got a really big wick here on to the downside, which kind of suggests the idea of bullish price action. But like once again, on the daily time frame and on the intraday time frames, like the 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, right? We don't have any displacement to support prices higher. And in tandem with that, the daily time frame isn't exactly suggesting higher prices, right? It's actually suggesting the complete opposite. I wanted to see prices take out previous day low here coming into Monday on ES, and I wanted to see us rebalance, or not rebalance, but retrace back inside this daily dealing ranges discount level. And this discount level, I'll denote that as a green box. So from this swing high here on the 4 hour time frame to this 4 hour swing low, there is a dealing range. And a dealing range has some certain characteristics, right? premium, discount, and essentially the equilibrium level. Equilibrium level separates premium to discount. And I have a question here. So, if you were a buyer, right? If you're trying to buy something, do you want to buy in discount, or would you want to buy in premium, or like I guess, do you want to buy in cheaper prices, or do you want to buy in pricier prices? I guess the answer is you want to buy in cheaper prices, right? It just makes sense for you to spend. You want to spend less money on whatever you're buying. So in this case, if there's buyers in the market right now, they would want to they want to buy in discount. So I want to see prices trade into discount here. And that's kind of what I had in mind here coming into Monday. But as you guys saw, once we opened up here on Sunday, had a massive gap down, right? Gap down, we ended up taking out previous week's high, or not previous week's high, previous week's low. And like I said, this is something that I was not anticipating at all. It kind of makes me want to just pivot completely now because, yeah. So now, like I said, I can no longer use the weekly time frame as my higher time frame narrative. I have to use, the daily candles or the intraday time frames for some sort of order flow. And yeah, I mean, dollar here, we gapped up. We took it's kind of, I do want to know what caused this gap coming into this week because I can't think of any big news that happened over the weekend that might have caused this. I mean, Luka got traded to the Lakers, but I don't think that's gonna cause anything like this here. That was a joke, by the way. But yeah, it's kind of like unexpected is a good word. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the weekly market outlook for the week of February 3rd till February 7th. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. And if you guys do want to join the live streams, I will be live streaming every single day this week at 8:30 Central Time on this channel right here. So my channel is Forge. Yeah, I also post, or actually I didn't post the weekly market outlook for this week because like I said, I didn't have time, or I guess I didn't have the time that I thought I was gonna have because I spent majority of my time celebrating Lunar New Year's. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video, and until next time, be safe.